Modern advice calls ghosting toxic. Is it really? Or are we simply reacting to a silence we never learned to face? Today, we explore the Stoic view on ghosting and why, to the wise, no act of another can truly be toxic unless we choose to make it so. The word toxic is everywhere. We say toxic relationships, toxic people, toxic behavior. It's a word soaked in emotion, in judgment, in blame. But the Stoics avoided judgment. They believed nothing is truly good or bad until our mind calls it so. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "External things are not the problem. It's your judgment of them." So when someone ghosts you, disappears without explanation, the Stoic doesn't rush to label them toxic. He observes and then turns inward. To the Stoics, every event is neutral. It is the interpretation that creates pain. Epictetus said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of things." So ghosting then is not cruelty, it is not injustice, it is simply absence. The silence hurts only because we expected noise. The withdrawal stings only because we were attached to presence. The Stoic asks not, "Why did they do this to me?" but instead, "Why does this disturb me?" And in that shift, power returns to him. Ghosting feels personal, but it never is. People act according to their nature, their habits, their fears, their confusion. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, when someone does wrong, it is because they do not know better. When someone ghosts, it says little about you and everything about their own discomfort with honesty. The Stoic sees this not as insult, but as insight. He does not take offense, he takes understanding. He says quietly to himself, "They acted within their nature. I will act within mine." Blame is the favorite weapon of the wounded ego. But to the Stoic, blame is wasted energy. Epictetus taught that the highest freedom comes when you stop trying to control others and start mastering yourself. You cannot control who texts back, who stays, or who leaves. But you can control your interpretation, your judgment, your next action. This is the core of Stoicism, the dichotomy of control. To waste your peace over another's silence is to hand them your freedom on a silver plate. To detach is to reclaim it. So, what does a Stoic do when ghosted? First, he accepts the event as fact. They have chosen silence, he says. That is their path. Then he returns to his own work, his thoughts, his growth, his virtue. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. The Stoic does not chase what fled. He does not beg for closure. He builds, reflects, and strengthens. Because the world may ghost you, but your discipline will never leave. Stoicism is not coldness. It is not detachment from love, but detachment from dependency. The Stoic loves deeply, but freely. He gives without ownership. He receives without demand. Because he understands that every connection is a gift, never a guarantee. Seneca wrote, "He who gives himself up to grief over the loss of friends shows that he loved not them, but himself." To love stoically is to appreciate the present without clinging to what fades. Even ghosting, then, becomes not a betrayal, but a teacher of impermanence. So, is ghosting toxic? Not to the Stoic, because nothing outside your control can poison your peace unless you let it. The real toxin is not silence, but attachment. Not the act itself, but our resistance to it. Ghosting reveals who controls you, your emotions, or your principles. And when you respond with calm, reflection, and dignity, the silence becomes sacred. Because you are no longer chasing approval, you are practicing freedom. This is the Stoic view on ghosting. Not anger, not blame, not judgment, but understanding, acceptance, and strength. If this message resonates with you and you want to learn how to apply Stoicism to modern relationships, watch the full video, subscribe to Rational Resilience, and remember, peace is not found in their reply, but in your response.